Hello there, good evening, and welcome to Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro. I am Chukwuma Okoro. I just hope that your Sunday is going well, and I thank you for joining us on Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro, as we have lined up very interesting stories for your listening pleasure. Some of the stories will make you happy, some of them will make you sad, some of them will make you take up the challenge to change Nigeria. Now, the lineup is that the Ghanaian High Commissioner, the Ghana High President, has recalled the Ghana High Commissioner to Nigeria. Quite interesting. But let me warn you, it is not because there's a diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana. It's just because the man was fingered in electoral malpractices in Ghana. And the president said it's untenable. We cannot accept this from a public officer. So he ordered his immediate recall back to Ghana to come and answer to allegations of electoral malpractices, including vote buying. Meanwhile, the party itself, the NDC, the National Democratic Coalition, has already launched an inquiry into that allegation. And when we move away from that, we come back home and touch on Remi Tinubu, praised by Tinubu. And when she came back, she said, look, Nigerians, stop bullying your leaders. The only thing you have to do, the only thing you owe them is to continue to pray for them. And away from that, we'll stay in Nigeria. We'll go to Rivers State, where the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, had said during the launch of majority 89.5 FM radio station for the Renewed Hope agenda, Wike said, if you support betrayal, you will reap betrayal. Betrayal is going to follow you. And away from that, we also have it on record, information, news breaking, that the APC has launched a 137-man member committee, 137-man committee, 137-member committee, campaign council, for the FCT elections coming up sometime in February. Then we'll bring you a sad news that in Southern Kaduna, 7 people were killed yesterday, including, 7 people were killed, but a Catholic priest has been abducted by kidnappers. Now, these are the interesting stories we are going to weigh in this evening. We'll be joined shortly by Barrister Darlington Agomwo. Agomwo is a lawyer and is a political affairs analyst. He's a well-known analyst. He holds no breath when he talks or discusses issues concerning Nigeria. He's very passionate about Nigeria, and we are going to hear him analyze these issues, give us his opinion. You are also free to join this conversation by joining with the link. I think the link has been shared on YouTube. If you go on to Chukwuma, Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro, you see the link there. You can click on the link and be part of this conversation. Air your views. Let's hear your opinion. What do you have to say about all of these things? Once again, good evening and welcome to Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro. We await Barrister Darlington Agomwo to join us. Meanwhile, before the barrister joins us, let me share the link with you on YouTube so that if you go to Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro on YouTube, you will see the join link, and try as much as you can, as much as possible, to be a part of this conversation. That is the only way Nigerians can take the challenge to make Nigeria better. Just stay with us. Okay. Let us add Barrister Darlington. Barrister Darlington has joined the show. Let us bring him in. Let us bring Barrister Darlington Agomwo into the show so that we can hear his own side of the story. Hello, Barrister, can you hear me? Barrister Darlington Agomo, can you hear me? As we await the arrival of Barrister Darlington Agomo to this discussion, let's begin to interrogate the conversation, what is going on in Nigeria. Yes, this morning the news broke that the Ghana president, John Dramani Mahama, has recalled the Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria, known as Baba Ahmed. Also, the people also call him Baba Jamal. And what is his offense? Like I said earlier, this is not about the diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana. No, nothing like that. It's just because, well, the Ghana president, when he heard, he said, look, we cannot have this kind of person go to Ghana, go to Nigeria from Ghana to represent us or even represent Ghana in any part of the country. And he immediately ordered his recall and asked the foreign minister to order his recall with immediate effect. Now, what is the issue? The issue is that he was one of the contestants during the 2024 Ghana elections. And what happened? He was accused, he's alleged to have been involved in vote buying, in electoral malpractices. And when the president heard it, he said, no, we can't have this. Let him come back because we have to ensure that public officers are responsible and act responsibly, especially when the conduct of elections are concerned. So let us bring it back to our country, Nigeria. What do we see? What do we know? What we see is the president, our current president, reward people with questionable characters, into high offices of ambassadorial and high commissioner positions. About over less than 100 of them, non-career diplomats, were appointed as nominees by the president. And when they went to Senate for screening, some of them were asked to take a bow and leave. No serious questions were asked, no character interrogation. We can name few of those people, talking about Reno Omokri. Now, Reno Omokri was one of the persons who said, well, in the US, he said he mounted a campaign and said President Bola Tinubu, or Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as he were then, is a drug lord. So he's not fit to be Nigeria's president. He took the campaign to UK, to London to be precise, mounted a very strenuous campaign where he was chanting Bola Tinubu drug lord, Bola Tinubu drug lord, because as a matter of fact, the president had made a forfeiture of about 640,000 US dollars related to drug crimes and all of that. It was clear he was not part of it, but somehow the money got into his account and all of that. In all of this, Reno didn't come back to tell Nigerians, look, I've made my investigations, I've made further interrogations, I've made further inquiries. Bola Tinubu was not one of those people involved. Yet, in all of this, the president went ahead and the president went ahead and rewarded him with an ambassadorial position. I mean, how do you relate with that in a country like Nigeria? In a country like Nigeria that is supposed to be the biggest in Africa, the most populous black country in Africa, and yet that is the kind of person we are sending to go and represent us outside. If you leave Reno, you talk about FFK, Femi Fani-Kayode, who said all sorts of things about the APC, about Buhari, about Tinubu, how he was not worthy to be Nigeria's president. Boom. He got away from that. We can also talk about Ibok Ete Ibas. The man, hello barrister. Oh, apologies for that. Take it. We are trying to get Barrister Darlington into the show, and it's all about network challenge and all of that. So, before I continue with my take on the recall of Ghana's High Commissioner, the question that Nigerians are asking: are we actually ripe for electronic transmission of results? If we, I'm trying to hold a conversation with someone, just an individual, and what we get is network glitches like this. So you can imagine when we deploy technology to 32,000 polling booths, are we able to handle that? Our internet connectivity, is it top notch? Is it going to be glitch free? Is it something that we can handle at this moment? Now, these are the questions that we are asking. Now, back to the Ghana issue. Ibok Ete Ibas is one of the persons, that the president also nominated as an ambassador. Former chief of naval staff, by any reckoning, he picked at his career. But what happened? He was the man that the president sent to River State to act as sole administrator during the inglorious quote and unquote state of emergency. Inglorious to the extent that Nigerians are saying, well, there was no breakdown of law and order in River State. So why did the president suddenly declare a state of emergency? Meanwhile, in insecurity-prone zones, insecurity flashpoints like Borno State, like Kwara State, like Kaduna State, the president is mute on declaration of a state of emergency. So after Ibok Ede Ibas discharged his duties, the president rewarded him with what? An ambassadorial position. Have I talked about Yakubu Mahmoud, the man that is reputed to have conducted the worst election in the history of Nigeria? The president said, thank you for a job well done, and rewarded him with an ambassadorial position. You can also talk about Dambazao, Abdurrahman Dambazao, former Minister of Interior, former Chief of Army Staff, who said clearly, openly, we need to reward terrorists. We need to pay them off. We need to grant them amnesty so that they cannot cause havoc in Nigeria. Now, that is one of the persons that our own president recommended for ambassadorial position. Now, let us compare notes between Nigeria and Ghana. What do we see? Someone was fingered for vote buying, and the Ghana president said, look, you cannot occupy that position of responsibility on behalf of the Ghanaian people. You need to come back and answer questions. But here, what we do is to promote incompetence, to promote people whose characters we cannot vouch. What do we get? Quite unfortunate. This is what we have. We are trying to get Barrister Darlington into the conversation. Okay.
Hello.
Good evening to you, Barrister Darlington Agomo, and thanks for joining me on Complete Politics.
My pleasure. Are we okay now?
Yes, we are okay. We are good to go. I can see you. And I hope that you can see me. I can hear you loud and clear. How have you been, Barrister? How is your Sunday?
No problem.
Okay, beautiful. Now let's get into it. The first question here, the first issue that we have is that the Ghana president has recalled the Ghana High Commissioner to Nigeria. Like I said, it's not about a diplomatic row between Nigeria and Ghana. It's just because the man was fingered in electoral malpractice. And the president said, gentleman, you cannot continue to occupy that position of responsibility on behalf of the Ghana people. So you have to come back. Now, let's get into the meat of it. Ghana President John Mahama has recalled the country's High Commissioner to Nigeria, Baba Ahmed, also known as Baba Jamal, following allegations of vote buying during the National Democratic Congress NDC parliamentary primaries in Ayawaso East. Barrister, we are talking about just primaries, parliamentary primaries. And you know what goes down in our own primaries, where large sums of money in dollar denominations are shared, vote buying. And the president said the investigations stem from reports that several aspirants offered inducements to delegates with particular focus on Ahmed's campaign, which allegedly distributed television sets and food items during voting. While Ahmed defended the actions as gifts, the NDC leadership condemned the practice and launched a probe. The president ordered the foreign affairs minister, to immediately formalize Ahmed's recall, effective at once. Barrister, let's have your reaction to this. Quickly, sir.
Mr. Okoro, when
Yes, sir.
we say that Nigeria have lost it. Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Good. When you hear that Nigeria have lost it, these are one of the reasons. You can imagine something as small as this in Ghana and look at how the president reacted over it. And you know very well that worse things has happened here. And they will tell you that let's move on, let's move on. The election is over. Look at it since Ghana conducted that election. And some people were fingered for malpractices. And they still went after them. Mr. Okoro, with what Wike have told us about River State, is that man not supposed to be in prison today? No, tell me the truth. Is Wike not supposed to be in prison for what he confessed with his own mouth? And yet, you claim to be a giant of Africa, yet there is nothing gigantic about you. Tomorrow now, they will tell us how Ghana has overtaken Nigeria. It is because of this type of thing. The international community, all of them are what? Thank God the world is a global village now. If you come to your bedroom, the whole world will hear it. This type of thing now, is it not supposed to be an embarrassment to Nigerian government? I mean, a clear embarrassment of the highest order. That something like this, parliamentary, yet somebody rigged an entire national election in Nigeria, and he's still proud of it. He's still gallivanting all over the place, causing more problem all over the place. And nobody have reprimanded him, Mr. Okoro. Nobody. The people that you want to send out now to as our ambassadors, are you aware that some countries are yet to decide, they are yet to give their consent on the type of person you are bringing to their country? That's what is delaying their post, you know. To tell you how government, how countries react over issues. They don't want any person to come to their country in the name of ambassador. Their countries of primary assignment are deciding whether to bring them or not. That is why they have not been posted, Mr. Okoro. They are checking them out. Yet the Nigerian government cannot do the needful. They cannot do due diligence when things like this come up. They don't post any person. Look at the Remi mockery. Look at Fanikayo. They're going to be my ambassador somewhere. With what these guys have said with their own mouth, they now want to send them as ambassadors to go and do what? You can see that there is no more morality in Nigeria. Morality is dead in Nigeria.
Mr. Agomo, Mr. Agomo, you have introduced a new perspective into this. You are saying that they have not been posted because the countries, the receiving countries, are yet to accept these people.
Yes.
Because there has to be a letter of agreement signed before the letters of credence is given to these people. I spoke with you on this matter when the president released the list, and you were of the opinion that, look, some of these people will be rejected by the receiving countries. Is that what we are seeing at the moment?
Thank God, you heard when I said it. I said this morning's news, they are saying that some of these countries are yet to give their consent. Mr. Okoro, to give their consent. So it's not a matter of it's our sovereignty. We cannot tell us what to do or what. You cannot tell the country who to receive and who not to receive into your country, into their country. Mr. Okoro, that is where the world is now. They have left us behind. They have left me and you behind on all fronts. Just because of the leadership you have in Nigeria. They are watching everything that is going on everywhere. So you cannot impose your archaic principle and the policy on them. Look at Ghana. This Ghana that we chase away from here, Ghana must go. Remember, now we are trailing behind. We are trailing behind Ghana. We are trailing behind Egypt. We are trailing behind South Africa that we liberated yesterday. Mr. Okoro, when are you going to grow up in Nigeria, for God's sake?
No, Barrister, let's interrogate this further. Because I mean, the list about 64 or 67 of them. On top of my head, I'm not very exact. So, but does it look like this thing is delayed because some people have not been accepted? Why don't they send the other people that have been accepted? Because I recall that UK, US have accepted, and those people have been dispatched. But the person that was sent to Turkey was quickly withdrawn. Could it be part of the reasons?
You have said it yourself. You have said it yourself. Eh? Everything now is tested with a religion and time. Talking of what? Apparently, that is why they want to go and water the ground. You now have to beg them to accept. In fact,
okay, but Barrister, in all of this, what lessons can we learn going forward? What should we do as a people?
What are you going to do? Except to stay at home, so that they will not impose the profession. Oh, you don't know that they had enough for you to say it. You still know, Abi. I go and talk anyhow. In Nigeria now, you no longer say, just accept it as they are. That's the only way to be a pastor. Just accept it as they are. I want to see how Nigeria will come forward.
Exactly the point. If we keeping quiet, I mean, how are we going to move forward?
If you look for those who are living in those who are they are the driving seats now. Wherever they drive, we follow them. Until all of us jump into the light. This way will not fall on one person. And the share will be on them. After the promise us, up to today, we are not seeing. So if you left for them, they will go out there. They will not compete.
All right, it's quite unfortunate. But Mr. Agomo, let's move away from this discussion and get into another one. Now, talking about Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Remi, she has urged Nigerians to stop bullying political leaders, especially on social media, warning that constant insults, ridicule, and hostile narratives undermine national unity and good governance. Speaking via a Facebook post after attending the U.S. National Prayer Breakfast, where she was praised by former U.S. President and a current U.S. President, Donald Trump. She said many Nigerian leaders are respected abroad, but faced hostility at home due to propaganda and politically driven narratives. Remi stressed that the criticism should be constructive, not demeaning, noting that no leader is perfect and that weaponizing mistakes harms national progress. While clarifying that she was not trying to silence dissent, she called for respectful engagement, unity, and balanced accountability, cautioning that persistent online attacks could damage democratic institutions, leaders' well-being, and Nigeria's global image. Barrister, our First Lady was in the United States the other day, and she received a comment from Trump, the current US President. And she came back and said, oh, well, Nigerians, stop bullying your leaders because it could affect their well-being. Can you imagine? And she said criticism should be constructive. And she's saying this is not like she's trying to, more like it's trying to, prevent people from voicing dissenting opinions. But look, you need to pray for your leaders and all of that. How do you react to her comments lately?
It is said that heaven has to do themselves. Is it not when your leader is well, that you not encourage him? When she was talking about the is the leader that are telling you, Ms. Okoro, is the leader that are full of corruption? Is the leader that don't have a good name? Is the leader that have been indicted all over the world for what they did? Ms. Okoro, is the leader that has been the promises, the electoral promises? Is the leader that is not please, the shade at least are talking. You have to be specific so that we don't know what you are saying. Was she not told by December to take the husband that she should stop thinking of a Christian? She didn't say that, Abby. This same woman told her that if they didn't do well in their first coming, one of the things she said during the campaign, are they doing well now? Hold on. The husband, she didn't know what the husband did when they were no position. Even when things were good, this man did everything to get the Jonathan. I'm there for government. Look at what is going on in Nigeria. And she said that we should not talk. Is there anything we have said about their life?
No. Barrister, she's not saying that people should not talk. She said people should offer constructive criticism.
We have offered. They will not have Mr. Okoro, tell me what advice I'm not giving. Mention one advice I'm not giving. Did they listen to us? Did they listen? Did they take it? They do what they like. They do what they like. And that's what happens. Have you asked yourself why all the guys people with baggages, people that are full of corruption, they are the only ones joining it. Is that a good compliment? Is that the hallmark of a good leader? No, tell me. So when you just as if we're not talking like you don't know what they're doing. You don't know what they are doing. Under their what? Look at how Nigeria is. So what other advice did they need that we are not offered? What other advice? Let her tell us. As if they are ready to listen to any advice.
No, but Barrister, let's position it properly. She went to US and she was praised. You know, Trump poured a memes on her. This is a Christian pastor, Madam First Lady, where are you? Come up, let's recognize you and all of that. So, does it look like Trump doesn't understand or know what is going on in Nigeria? Or was it just a matter of precedence, a matter of protocol?
The man is just respecting her as a woman. Yes, that is what we call diplomacy. Nothing else. After all, why did the husband not the one in the end of her head? Just a first lady. She's a long-term actor. So the US president is to her, nothing else.
Okay, but Barrister, Nigerians are saying that, well, that the president subtly, unleashed some kind of soft power, on Trump, to push her wife to go attend the congressional breakfast meeting. Do you think that is going to soften Trump's heart about what he intends to do in Nigeria?
It is not. The woman was invited. It was not invited. After all, this administration has taken the US government to America. Why have they not answered? He has been going all over the place. He has come to America. So tell me, are you telling me that Trump to invite you to you will not leave whatever you do to come sit down? They are not allowed to come.
I had an argument with some people. Since Tinubu became the president, he has visited the United States of America. He was in UN. He was in UNGA. I think he was in UNGA 24 or so. I think for once he has visited Nigeria, United States. So, I mean, why are they still asking him to be invited?
These other places the third time or fourth time, are they more important to us than America? No, tell me, with what is going on now, who is ready to help us more? Is it other countries or US? Where do you think Tinubu should be going more frequent? Not America. That will copy the go and learn one or two things. This other country that spend 1 week, 2 weeks doing what I don't know. What are they doing it for? What are they not to do?
Barrister, United States is the only. US is not the only country that is doing well.
He went there because of hunger. He didn't go there on the day. And I don't think he will ever go there.
Anyway, let's see how it goes. Barrister, let's move away from that and get into another topic of discussion. Let's go to River State. The rivers of confusion, rivers of crisis, where Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, said that he does not need the support of River State Governor Sim Fubara to mobilize for the president in 2027 re-election. While speaking in Port Harcourt, Wike claimed backing from National and State Assembly members, senators, local government chairmen, and leaders of both the APC and the PDP. Was very clear that he doesn't need the governor. I mean, members of the APC and PDP. And he said, it's only in River State that you see that unity of purpose between two political parties, the APC and the PDP. And remarkably, seen as a jab, and that is a jab in his ongoing rift with Sim Fubara. Well, Wike also said the statement sparked mixed reactions online. Supporters praised Wike's long-standing grassroots influence and political structures, while critics argued that elite backing does not equal popular support and questioned cross-party mobilization for Tinubu. Others stressed that voters, not power brokers, will ultimately decide the election's outcome. Barrister, how do you react to this? I mean, Wike is talking tough. I don't need Fubara,
I will blame those who have committed in our politics. Somebody is behind me. They said everywhere who has sent to go and rob. When he goes there, he goes with us. He will not even cover his face. Because there is power behind it. You had the recent order given by the president that Fubara should get who is a PDP member. And now he's controlling Mr. Okoro, how do you please tell me, how do you think a Wike who was silent over 3 weeks has woken up again? He has started talking anyhow. Somebody has mobilized him. You can see how you are controlling your emotions. For the first time in the history of the country, that one man will be two political parties, and the president is here supporting him. Where does that happen in Nigeria? And the FCC people are watching. They are silent. They don't want to offend. They don't want to offend. Mr. President, this is wrong.
Barrister, members of the APC have been talking. The national chairman said, well, Fubara is 001. The national secretary said, allow this man to govern. Presidency, speaking through Daniel Boala, said, well, Fubara is the leader of the party in River State.
That was before this letter was given by the president. Remember, they spoke when the president was away. So when he came back and gave this order now, all of them went to go and reclaim the bed. And we have taken over. What does that tell you? That this man, okay, the one was telling us to give for this advice that is not enough. It's not enough. And now, the problem is because in future, nobody is thinking about it. How can one man be in two political parties? How can that happen? And when the problem will start blowing again, they will start somebody to blame. Can you just imagine? This is not how to exercise your power. You are abusing it. These are the people the ones who want us to praise you. How do I praise you for this type of taking? That one man should be in two political parties. It's okay, no problem.
But it's that there is problem. The way you sound, it's like you have given up hope.
Mr. Okoro, there is a matter we get whereby we joke with words. Because you don't know you to start, so that somebody will not. You You mean all the people in Nigeria that are not seeing all this nonsense? They are not seeing it. Including APC members. They don't see anything wrong with what is going on. How can this type of people be that? How can? Are you not seeing problem coming here? Is it not obvious that someone wants to democracy? Is it not obvious? APC and their supporters, they will never see anything wrong until the day Rivers State start running. They will now look for one scapegoat and charge you for
It's all right, but Barrister, we'll see how all of this pan out in 2027. Let's stay with Rivers State. Let's stay in Rivers State, where the FCT minister has commissioned a new radio station, Majority FM 89.5 in Port Harcourt, Rivers State. While the station is held within the office of the Renewed Hope Ambassadors and comes amid increasing political mobilization ahead of President Bola Tinubu's 2027 re-election bid, particularly in the South-South region. A video shared by Wike's media head, Larry Olayinka, showed the minister touring the facility and interacting with staff. Olayinka described the station as part of the Rivers State Renewed Hope Ambassadors' efforts to promote Tinubu's political agenda. Barrister, that's it. What do you say?
More of this type of thing is coming in Sokoro. Very soon, there will be a supermarket for APC, for the New Hope agenda. For supermarket. And only go there to buy on cheap price. If you remember, there's going to be a market for the New Hope agenda members. Go there to buy things cheap as long as you have. Very soon, there will be schools, hospitals, everything for these members. Not for them. Just for them alone. If you have the card, you can come here and buy things at the cheap prices. You can enjoy all the good things of life if you have the card. That's what they are going to create now. You will see it coming very soon.
No, Barrister. This sounds very. No, Barrister. This is very scary, and it sounds like it's very scary. It's very scary, and it sounds like it's sarcasm. Do you think? No, Barrister, I've not seen. That's why I'm asking.
Hold on. A government told you that you cannot accept government house if you are not wearing a particular dress. True or false? He even told you that you cannot get contract. If you are not doing work. So what is scary here? I am telling you what is to come. I think it cannot happen already. That is Nigeria for you. I said these people, they came to destroy Nigeria. Unfortunately, you and I are keeping quiet while our future is being destroyed.
But we are not keeping quiet. We are discussing it. Barrister, we are not keeping quiet. We are having a discussion around these issues now. So what else do you expect?
Our voice is like the only voice in the wilderness. If Nigerians are ready, I shouldn't be the one talking. How many people are talking? Even the opposition, are you
hearing the one opposition is talking. Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, ABC, they are all shouting. Everybody is shouting.
I didn't hear them. Nobody has gone to Ojota. Nobody has gone to Ojota. Nobody has gone there. No protest. Have you seen any? Tell me, have you seen any protest against this Remi? Tell me now. When they disagree with Jonathan, you know what they do.
Barrister, we had the end bad governance protest. We also had end No, it was under this administration. That was last year. And Showore has been shouting. Showore is mounting protests everywhere. NLC is protesting. People are saying, no, we cannot take all of this.
Did they solve any problem? Was it not solved but when the protesters did not do that, Jonathan had to record the voice of the one. And listen. In this moment, tell me what thing you are protesting and they listen to you. Tell me what thing you are protesting and they listen to you. From the tax reform law to electoral reform, have they listened to you?
Well, Barrister, when Nigerians protested about the clemency list, the president quickly withdrew it and said, oh, no, we didn't know. So all of these people cannot be pardoned because they had killed fellow Nigerians.
You have started now. So what is the Nigeria if you pardon a criminal? Hold on. What do we benefit from?
No, but it gives hope to Nigerians that if one person is killed by another, that person.
Good economy. Obeying rule of law. Following due process. These are the things that will benefit you.
But Barrister, I don't want us to get into good economy because if I don't want us to get. Barrister Darlington, I don't want us to get into what the president, what this administration has done in the economy because I could go on and list them. Look at NEL Fund, look at removal of fuel subsidy. Price of food items are coming in. Investors are trooping into Nigeria, we are told. I mean, all of this.
Yes,
sir.
I hope you are ready for this.
For what?
3 years down the line.
No, MBS, National Bureau of Statistics. National Bureau of Statistics told us, even the Vice President, Kashim Shettima, says that Nigeria is now an investor haven, that there's restored confidence. This administration has restored confidence in investors and they are trooping to Nigeria. They mentioned billions, of dollars, in excess of $30 billion, that Shell is coming, by the way. Shell is making plans to invest $20 billion, in our Bonga field and all of that. Is it not something that will help the economy to pick up?
These are just paper tiger, nothing that I want to see evidence of what you are saying. You are still number 4 in Africa, going to number 5. So where is the evidence of what you are saying?
No, Barrister, we are number 3 now. Barrister, we are number 3. Barrister, we are number 3 now. We made a bounce back.
So why did you not go to number 4?
I'm just telling you that we are number 3 now. We are number 3 now.
Who told you that?
No, statistics, even MBS, global rating agencies. We are trailing behind South Africa. We are trailing South Africa and Egypt.
Look, whatever they are doing, until Nigeria become number 1 economy that they used to, and then things return to where they took in 2015. I will not listen to any propaganda.
All right, Barrister, let's move away from economy and touch again on the APC, the coming FCT area council elections, where the All Progressives Congress APC has released a 137-member national campaign council for the February 21, 2026 Federal Capital Territory area council elections, which will be held across Abaji, Amak, Buhari, Wagulada, Kuje, and Kwale. The party said the council will be inaugurated before the official campaign period begins. While the council is chaired by Kwara State Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, with Imo Governor Hope Uzodinma, your own governor, and Yobe Governor Mai Malabuni serving as co-chairman, alongside other senior party figures, where prominent members include Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Speaker of the House of Representatives, that's Gina Bass, and several state governors in the campaign council for local government elections in the FCT, where the inauguration is scheduled for 10 a.m. on Wednesday, February 11th. at the APC National Secretariat in Abuja. Barrister, how do you react to this? I mean, APC is campaigning, others are not campaigning. And when they win the election, people will now start shouting.
You remember? If you put up the case and use Abuja, of course, that's what the constitution, that was the sentiment of the constitution. But in the last election, they twisted it. Abuja was supposed to play the electoral college. Hillary Clinton would have become the president if not for electoral college. Because the general election, he won. But the electoral college, that was how she lost. The majority of the vote she garnered. But through the electoral college, for maybe male chauvinists male chauvinists, they say a woman cannot be the It is the same thing Abuja was supposed to do. How can you win everywhere? And you are not being one your own company. Then you are supposed to be the president. And so they twisted. And so this time around, they have mobilized everybody. Everybody in Abuja is a member of that committee. Because they want to win Abuja. So that what happened before will not happen again. That is a simple truth. And they are using a PDP member to actualize this. And then this same man is talking of betrayal. A party that made you are betraying and you are talking of betrayal. No problem.
Okay, so Barrister, how do you react to the fact that other parties are not campaigning? We don't hear the ADC or the PDP, make this kind of thing. No, nobody is stopping them. Nobody is stopping them from campaigning.
Ordinary to hold meeting, they want them to hold meeting. You are not Nigerians are not seeing this. They can't even organize a meeting without us coming to scatter everywhere. They should not let Nigeria get angry. This thing that APC is doing, it will cause problem in Nigeria, but they don't know. They think that they have no problem.
Okay, Barrister, let's go into another conversation, and that will be our last topic of conversation on this show. Sadly, the Catholic Diocese of Kafanchan has confirmed the kidnapping of one of its priests, Reverend Father Nathaniel Asuwaye, along with 10 other individuals, following a violent attack on a village around 3:20 a.m. While the assault, which occurred at the priest's residence, initially left 3 people dead, according to Diocese's Chancellor, Reverend Father Jacob Shadet, who described the incident as tragic and deeply distressing.
Don't tell us it's a long story. And if you feel talking today, tomorrow would they kidnap another person tomorrow? You are saying that it's new. There is nothing new here. They are going to kidnap more and more with no solution to the problem. There is something behind that nobody wants to tell us. But I know that very soon, nobody knows something. Maybe by that time, there will be questions there. This thing cannot continue.
No, Barrister, all these things are happening, with the presence of United States of America. Guns are blazing on Sokoto 25th December. So, no, Barrister, the issue here is that, excuse me, Barrister. Excuse me, Barrister.
I remember when they said but this man had been telling them they refused to listen. And they closed down the market. They started calling him names. This time now that we have been Muslim radicals to repent and change their way, they will not listen. But I know very well they will listen.
No, Barrister, the question here, the issue is here. Since after that 25th December bombing, of Sokoto, bombing of areas in Sokoto. The terrorists seem to have doubled down their efforts. Looks like they are calling Trump's bluff.
It's obvious. Have you arrested their sponsor? No, have you taken down their sponsor? Except Malamidi.
Government says they will soon release the list.
Within an answer Nigeria, have you taken them down? Somebody is behind them. Have you taken that person down? The answer is no. So it will get to a point. They are telling you very soon. They may not even have any Nigeria to do now. They will be kidnapping themselves. They will be kidnapping themselves.
Oh, well, unfortunately, Barrister, that's how far we can go on this show. I'd like for you to give us your concluding thoughts on selected topics. You know, which one strikes you most? Which one is the most troubling to you?
Mr. Golo, we have collected a lot of bad image abroad. Bad image abroad. If it is abroad, we can manage it. Nigeria have collected a lot of bad common Ghana is leading showing us examples. What have we learned? Politically, economically, morally. What have we learned? What have we learned? Don't make no one thing. The judiciary, nothing to write about. The military, the police, they have become politicians. So, on what ground are you going to nothing. All about selfish interest. If you win an election, what will happen? I wish them well, though.
Well, we wish Nigerians well. This is where we have to drop anchor on this program, Complete Politics with Chukwuma Okoro. I must say a very big thank you to you, Barrister Darlington Agomo, lawyer and political affairs analyst. Thanks for your presence on my show. And I do hope that we can do this some other time. Thank you very much, sir. Now, to our listeners, we thank you for joining us. For our viewers, thank you. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for joining us on this program. Until we come away, come your way same time next week. This is me, Chukwuma Okoro, on behalf of the Backroom staff, saying thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.